The participants sat in silent disbelief, their eyes reflecting the turmoil of their shared ordeal. With his heart heavy, Dr. Simmons faced them, knowing that words alone could not mend the fractured trust that lingered in the air between them. "We embarked on this journey with noble intentions," he began, his voice trembling slightly, "but it is clear that we've ventured into uncharted waters, where the lines between resilience and suffering have blurred irreparably." Silence enveloped the room as a collective sense of grief descended upon the group, each individual consumed by their own thoughts of loss, both personal and communal. Dr. Simmons cleared his throat, trying to find the right words to bridge the chasm that had formed. "I know many of you feel betrayed and hurt, and I take full responsibility for miscalculating the challenges we faced," he continued, his gaze sweeping over their somber faces. "But we must find strength in our vulnerability, for it is within these cracks that the light of understanding can seep through." The participants shifted uneasily, some exchanging glances filled with doubt, grappling with the heavy burden of their experiences. Tears glistened in the eyes of a few, as they yearned for connection, yet fear held them back, casting shadows over the possibility of reconciliation. The air grew thick with tension as Dr. Simmons paused, contemplating the weight of his next words. "We must confront the reality of our journey," he urged, his voice steadying, "and I ask each of you to share not just your wounds, but also your hopes moving forward, however fragile they may seem." The notion hung in the air, met with a mix of skepticism and tentative curiosity. Slowly, one participant, a young woman named Sarah, bravely stepped forward, her voice trembling. "I feel lost," she confessed, "like I came searching for answers, but all I've found is pain. I want to believe this isn't all for nothing." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the room, igniting a flicker of shared understanding. Vulnerabilities, once met with trepidation, began to weave a fragile tapestry of collective healing, as others opened up, revealing their own fears and aspirations beneath the shroud of despair. The emotional tide began to shift as more participants found their voices, each story threading together their shared suffering. "I thought resilience meant pushing through," a middle-aged man named David interjected, his brow furrowed in thought, "but now I see that it's about allowing ourselves to feel." A wave of nods swept through the group, the realization dawning that vulnerability could be a source of strength rather than weakness. With each revelation, the intensity of their collective sorrow began to ease, replaced by a delicate camaraderie that hinted at the possibility of healing. Dr. Simmons, sensing this shift, leaned in, his expression softening with hope. "Yes, sharing our truths can liberate us," he affirmed, "for in understanding one another, we reclaim the humanity that this experiment threatened to unravel." As stories continued to flow, tears mixed with laughter, creating an unexpected balm for their bruised spirits, reminding them that within pain lay the seeds of connection, growth, and ultimately, transformation. As the conversation blossomed, each voice rising in strength and resonance, Dr. Simmons felt a warmth returning to the room, a subtle sign of resilience at play. He encouraged participants to continue sharing, to delve deeper into the narrative of their journey together, fostering a collective healing that had initially seemed elusive. "Let this moment be a turning point," he urged, where we redefine what our experiences mean to us, shaping our understanding of resilience not as a solitary path, but a shared journey. The participants, no longer alone in their anguish, began to find peace in solidarity, each story a testament to their unyielding spirit tethered to a rebirth of hope. Perhaps, as we navigate this new understanding, we can reclaim our narratives, Dr. Simmons proposed, his voice gaining strength. Let's not allow our fears to dictate our future. Instead, let's forge a path together, rooted in empathy and shared support. The room, once thick with doubt, now buzzed with a renewed energy, the participants casting glances of encouragement among one another. Those who had felt isolated in their suffering started to recognize that there existed a collective strength, more powerful than individual pain. We can transform this pain into purpose, Sarah added, her voice growing steadier, and use it to help others who might face similar struggles. Heads nodded in agreement, a wave of resolve washing over the group, bridging the isolation of their past experiences. It was then that David chimed in, "What we've endured does not define us. It is our choice to rise together that will be our legacy." Every shared story opened new avenues for healing, each voice representing a vital thread in the fabric of their newfound community. As the atmosphere shifted towards one of empowerment, the hope for recovery was palpable, a testament to their resilience. Dr. Simmons watched, his heart swelling with pride, as they began to weave their narratives into a tapestry that celebrated both their courage and vulnerability. "You each have faced the storm within," Dr. Simmons continued, his tone imbued with sincerity, "and it has shaped you in ways we couldn't have anticipated. Let's define what our new journey looks like, not through the lens of our suffering but through the clarity gained from confronting it." The participants sat up a little taller, emboldened by his words, and their eyes sparkled with renewed determination. "We have an opportunity to create a brighter narrative," Dr. Simmons encouraged, "to stand together and forge a path not just for ourselves, but for those who will walk this road behind us." The room resounded with soft murmurs of agreement, the energy shifting to one of hope and collaboration, finally embracing unity over division. Dr. Simmons felt a surge of hope, witnessing the transformation occurring within the group. "Let's commit to one another," he urged, "to support each other as we navigate not just our scars, but the healing yet to come." The participants nodded appreciatively, aware that their collective journey had the power to not just heal themselves, but to inspire others beyond the sterile walls of their experience. In this spirit of renewed purpose, the participants formed a circle, gripping each other's hands tightly, a symbolic vow to support one another. As they began to share their visions for the future, laughter mingled with tears, illuminating a path toward healing that promised not just redemption for themselves, but a legacy of strength for others yet to come.